There are times that I always love a sci-fi anime related show, and Terraformars is no exception for this. And in fact, there are times that I really applaud the anime community to really explore different functions of the sci-fi genre. Not only Terraformars, I'm also looking at the anime Parasyte, the Maxims, which is another really good one. In fact, its manga stretches its age back all the way to, I believe, the 1980s or 90s. I'm not quite sure how old it is, but it's fairly aged, and I'm surprised that it's been taken this long to really get its own anime going. But right now I want to talk about Terraformars, and I will get to Parasite later on. Terraformars is it has a good grip on a very urgent mission that Earth needs to take, especially towards Mars. There is a disease that is killing off the world's population, and their only choice to find the cure for this disease is to go to Mars since it's its origin. However, not a lot of people are aware that there is life on Mars that is the main cause of this disease, which is the roaches. And I'm not lying. That's pretty much the premise. It's humanoid cockroaches have infested Mars, and it's up to a military-trained elite force, or mostly military-trained elite force, to go to Mars, exterminate the roaches, and find a cure for humanity. And I'm not gonna lie, the first few episodes have been quite a roller coaster, especially when practically shit hits the fan when the roaches have actually invaded onto their ship. And their main way of defending themselves against the roachmen is genetically altered soldiers who take up forms of different various insects that are best equipped to combat roaches. I've already seen one guy transform into part spider. I believe it's a brown recluse spider that practically has enhanced muscle and muscle reflexes and any other abilities that would come with being of a spider. There's also a hornet. I'm thinking it's probably a yellow jacket. It doesn't really matter, but that's pretty much their premise of trying to combat these super roachmen, I'd like to call them. The the drama is pretty tense with this show. I mean, they do give a good mileage for some of the characters to really build up a good relationship with each other, and especially with one character really dying and from a really bullshit reason. Not that the reason is bad, but that the reason is that they're at a freaking disadvantage in this whole situation, and they can't take any more chances, and the emotions really run high in this show. However, there is a small complaint in this show that I really have to voice out, and maybe it's just me thinking out loud of in terms of if it's even worth arguing for. For instance, I have seen so many animes that use glorification to a high extent, slicing a person in half with gallons of blood gushing out or whatever, just somewhat grotesque stuff happening. But this is the second anime that I've seen that has actually censored that, and I'm really not sure why they do that. I mean, it's not like they're really censoring it for the demographic that isn't mature. Maybe in some cases they're trying to, but it just kind of it becomes irritating when it's constantly popping up. And I'm not talking like you only see people suddenly be decapitated or something like that in like two scenes or something. No, this when the Roachmen hit the scene, there is decapitations and body parts being ripped apart, all that kind of stuff. And every single time it happens, there is always a black bar covering a particular portion of the screen. Most of the time, it's half and more than half of the screen because they don't want to show you the horror that's occurring. And I will give them the benefit of the doubt that they're trying to make it PG-13. But in all honesty, if you're going to have more of an impact with a show like this, you gotta have to let that censor bar go. It becomes a distraction and somewhat of a hindrance on the actual show that just makes the audience kind of cringe. It's like, come on, man! I want to. What's the point in having this stuff in the show if you're not going to even show it? I've seen this happen in Blood Sea as well, but there are times in the show that particular glorification is kind of deserving in censorship. I will give it that, but for Terraformars, it kind of doesn't really need that. I'll keep watching the show as I go along. I kind of like it. I do want to see where it goes and see how it really forms its conclusion afterwards. The other show, Parasyte, the Maxim, is fairly similar, except there's a parasitic alien life forms that land on Earth, trying to burrow into the host planet's craniums, their brains, to, I believe, to just take control of their intelligence and learn more of themselves as they go. It's still kind of clouded as to what their true purpose is, but right now the alien life forms are trying to take over host organisms in order to further their intelligence. And one such character who didn't get the parasite implanted into their brain did so out of desperation and burrowed into this person's right arm, and it essentially consumed the entire right arm and essentially became it. And now this person has to live with this parasitic right arm for, I guess, the rest of his life. And also, as a result of all the parasites infesting all the Earth life, just for life purposes, I guess, they're trying to consume all other organisms that have parasites in them to, I guess, extend their knowledge. There's a lot of stuff in this show that really makes you wonder what is going on exactly. And what gets me really drawn in is the right arm who named himself Miki, is trying to find out what exactly he is and why he has been sent to Earth to invade the host life forms, as well as learn more about the planet's behaviors or the society in which they try to coexist. And it just kind of becomes a journey of discovery and just what kind of relationship these two will have later on. And I'm not gonna lie, it's really captivating to see these guys on screen to really communicate and just ask questions. What does it mean to be human? Or why would you value life when value other people's lives when you're supposed to value your own life over others? Really kind of philosophical stuff that kind of stretches the ideas of survival of oneself over others, which is a cruel thing, but this show really stresses it in terms of trying to understand one another. In fact, I think it does it a little bit better than maybe, I hate to say it, Captain Earth. Even though that was a more of a self-discovery type of show, Parasite tries to go for the more understanding two different organisms in order to extend their own character or their own survival, if that even makes any sense. Bottom line is, I really like Parasite, and I wish to God I met the manga first, and hopefully the show relates more to the or is more dedicated to into the manga than it's really letting on. And if it is, I gotta give kudos to the original writer of Parasite, and just it's really awesome. I'll keep watching it for a good long time, and hopefully I'll formulate a good conclusion of which sci-fi is the better end of the deal. So that's pretty much my reviews for right there for now. I've only seen a couple of episodes of both Terraformars and Parasyte. I might make a follow-up video for both of them, and yeah, I'll keep you posted on different shows as I go. So this is David Alger signing out.